Hey there, welcome back to Board 2D. I am Kurt and today we're making another vlog. I am sitting on the garage floor because we're making another vlog, and today I am joined by a very special guest, Denzi. You really can get nothing done with this dog around. I mean, how can you say no to that? So for those of you who follow my Instagram, you would know that very recently, about the end of September, I traveled to London. London is a beautiful city. It's got culture, it's got museums, it's got nice park, nice pubs, just a brilliant atmosphere in general, and I just love it. You can never go wrong by going to London. The weather for the most part was great. It was what you would expect out of the UK, but by UK standards, it was very, very good. We had a bit of sun, we had a bit of warmth as well. We did have a drizzle of rain. Drizzle is an understatement, but it was a great couple of days overall. So my girlfriend and I arrived at the hotel about Thursday late afternoon, and we did not have much time and energy really to explore anything beyond our immediate area. We were staying at an area called Bayswater. It's very close to Paddington, it's very accessible. There are tube stations, 2 tube stations very close by. So we spent Thursday afternoon and evening just exploring our immediate area and finding the best restaurants around us. There was Queensway, it was just 2 roads down from our hotel, and basically it's just a road filled with shops and restaurants, which was brilliant for us. We love food. So Thursday was pretty much a chill evening. The purpose of this trip was to have a vacation, really, to relax, which we sorely needed. But also to meet a couple of friends of mine from World of Warcraft and another maker friend of mine. Friday morning we were having breakfast, and we decided that it was best that on that day, on Friday, we would get all the shopping out of the way. I am not a huge fan of shopping. In fact, I hate it, except when I'm shopping for Lego and tools. However, it was only fair that my girlfriend wanted to shop at the time, so we said, you know what, let's get Friday done. Let's get Friday done for shopping, and the rest of the weekend we can enjoy it in whatever way we want, with museums and meeting friends and going out to restaurants. So that was our plan. I wanted to document the trip as well as possible. For the purpose of this vlog, I'm trying to be a bit more active in uploading videos, as I always say, and I also want to be on the lookout for more creative outlets in terms of video making and, you know, for uploading for the YouTube channel and stuff like that. So I was also on the lookout for a camera. I only had my phone on me at the time because I was not comfortable carrying the Panasonic GH5 with me. It's large, it's weighty, and it's also very expensive, and you know, I'm a bit clumsy when it comes to traveling, so I didn't want to risk that. So I also ended up finding a cool sort of point and shoot Nikon camera. So Saturday was a bit of a rainy day. In the very early morning it was just drizzling, so we managed to walk through Hyde Park just fine. We ended up at Oxford Street again, but this time we were to meet our friends. Those of you who don't know me personally may not know that I am a huge World of Warcraft fan, and I made lots of friends while playing World of Warcraft. In fact, I met 3 of those friends in London right there. I met Shan, Jonas and Daniel. They're great people, really cool, and we all went to have some food, some chicken together for lunch, and we just had a great time. We ended up in Eminem's world, which was pretty amazing. So after spending the afternoon with them, we headed back to our hotel, had a quick shower, and then we were off to meet another friend of mine. This time we're meeting Joe Pikerchima. I met Joe at Maker Central in Birmingham earlier this year in May, and he's such a great man. He's got such a great character, and we had ramen together. It was delicious, and then we sort of exchanged some goodies. I gave him a carving that I made, which was posted in a previous video. I also gave him a couple of stickers, so we sort of exchanged stickers. We ended up in his place. I ended up playing the piano because I can't resist an open piano. And he showed me his workshop, he showed me his 3D prints, and they're amazing. He's such a great guy. He also showed me some unreleased projects, which are awesome. So follow his channel and stay tuned to what he's going to be up to, because they're really, really amazing. He also gave me the amulet, which is featured in Raiders of the Lost Ark, the first movie that Indiana Jones makes an appearance in. It was great, and we ended up finishing the night at his place, just having a cup of tea, which was really tasty. I need to ask him what kind of tea that was. We ended up sort of chatting until late at night before we headed back home. It was a great experience meeting Joe, because for one thing, I don't meet a lot of makers here in Malta. There is a maker community, and I try to interact with them as well. But there's something really awesome about meeting people who share your common interests, especially if you're away from home. Not only that, it was a great experience because we did not just talk about making. We ended up chatting about all the different things in our lives, how we came to be where we are nowadays, and what changes we have planned for the future, what plans we have. And it's good to speak to another person, not as a maker, but also as a human. So yeah, Joe Picarchima, thank you very much for having us over at your place. It was such a great time, and looking forward for Birmingham next year. On Sunday, we ended up spending a whole day at the Museum of Natural History. Another interesting, or I hope interesting, thing about my life is that I am not a maker by profession. My father is not a maker. None of my family members are makers or carpenters or any kind of craftsmen or craftspeople in any way. So this is much more of a hobby, but my actual profession is science. I am a pharmaceutical technology. In fact, at the University of Malta, where I currently work, I am a research officer, and I carry out research on advanced pharmaceutical manufacturing, which is basically 3D printers in relation to manufacturing techniques, to tablets and stuff like that, which is pretty awesome, pretty interesting. Also, I was one of the first 3 pharmaceutical technologists to graduate with the BSc of Pharmaceutical Technology out of the University of Malta. The course was still new, and back in 2014, myself and 2 other classmates, we were the first to graduate. Having said that, I really enjoy science. I love all the hard sciences, chemistry, biology and physics, and I also try to keep abreast with what's going on in the scientific scenario. So going to the Museum of Natural History in London, which by the way is a beautiful place, even just aesthetically and architecturally, but the amount of knowledge held inside is just staggering. There are skeletons of dinosaurs and of fossils and of mammals, and there are exhibits about the world and about how Earth works, and about geology and geography, and there's no end to the knowledge that can be had there. There are great exhibits, but personally one of my favorites was the dinosaur exhibits. Since I was a little kid, I was always fascinated by dinosaurs. I used to collect all the dinosaur magazines I could find. I remember once when I was in primary school, when I was about 6 or 5, during the break, our teacher would have us sort of stand in front of the class and sort of either hold an activity or talk about stuff that we liked. And I remember I always used to talk about dinosaurs, and at one point I remember my classmates saying, "Oh, dinosaurs again." But so I was always obsessed with those kinds of things, yeah. So that's always been me. So going there to the Natural History Museum, seeing a T-Rex skull, seeing the skeleton of different dinosaurs, it was just amazing. And even sort of remembering stuff that I learned as a kid about them, it was just an interesting experience. It was lovely, and it was great to share it with my girlfriend. I don't think she's ever seen me so enthusiastic about anything, except perhaps making. Monday was our last day in London and we had a very late flight at the day, so we wanted to spend it at the Science Museum. I've been there before, and I've been to the Museum of Natural History before, but I can never say no to going to a museum, especially when it's related to science. The space exhibit at the Science Museum is great. There are so many interesting things about the history of space and of our space programs. The first sort of trials to go to space, about Laika, the dog who went to space. She's Denzi's favorite hero. Also, there's a piece of a moon rock, which took me about 20 minutes to take a good picture of, or take a selfie with it, because it's so dark in there. Finally, we went to the airport and we had to go to Luton Airport, and as always, as every time I am at Luton Airport, I end up rushing to catch the gate. We had dinner there, but the gates opened and within 15 minutes they were about to close, so we had to rush all the way from where we were to the end, to the very, very far end, nearly the last terminal, the last gate, and it's always like that. In Luton it's always like that. You can never have a relaxed time when coming back to Malta from Luton, so it was a great experience and a great trip. As always, going back to London is amazing. It was a vacation that we sorely needed. I've got some changes, some personal changes with regards to my work life that are coming up, and I need to be focused. So it was good to wind down a bit, and my girlfriend's in her final year of studies. So again, winding down was never a bad thing to do before undertaking a rather tough period of work. So yeah. So once again, thank you for joining me and thank you for sticking throughout this vlog. It's always great to share my experience with you, this time featuring Denzi, who had half my attention, of course. As always, if you like this video, click the like button and click the subscribe button if you want to be kept up to date with all my projects and vlog videos. As always, my social media is available for you to follow my projects: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, or you can just visit my website borshd.net. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Then, say bye. Marjawa? Blah, blah.